quiet beach, a group of soldiers on leave, and a disappearance that turned into a nightmare. Days after Specialist Enrique Roman-Martinez vanished, the ocean returned only part of him, a severed head. No other remains, no suspects, no explanation. This is the story of a young soldier whose final days raised more questions than answers, and a family's unrelenting search for the truth. This is Into the Unknown. Enrique Roman-Martinez was the kind of person who left an impression, not because he was loud, but because he was thoughtful. Born on September 14, 1998 in Chino, California, he grew up close with his family. A quiet soul with a big heart, Enrique wanted more than just a paycheck. He wanted purpose. So at just 17, he enlisted in the U.S. Army. He trained hard and became a paratrooper in the prestigious 82nd Airborne Division based out of Fort Bragg, North Carolina. He was also a human resources specialist, someone soldiers relied on to help navigate their careers and challenges. To those around him, Enrique was dependable, kind, and steady. But in May 2020, during what should have been a peaceful break from duty, something went terribly wrong. It was Memorial Day weekend, May 22nd, 2020, when Enrique and 7 other soldiers from Fort Bragg set out for a camping trip. Their destination, South Core Banks, a remote barrier island on North Carolina's coast, only accessible by ferry. They arrived with supplies, set up their tents near mile marker 46, and prepared for a weekend of beach fires, stargazing, and relaxation. But something about that trip felt off. Enrique called his sister before he left and seemed uneasy. He wasn't sure if he wanted to go. He didn't fully trust the group. Still, he went. By morning, Enrique was gone. His phone, wallet, and glasses, all left behind at the campsite. For a soldier who depended on his glasses to see clearly and had a known fear of the dark, this was deeply troubling. But the reaction from the group was slow and strange. It wasn't until nearly 24 hours later, May 23rd, at 7:30 p.m., that they called the authorities. They claimed they thought he had gone for a walk, that he might have gotten lost. But the timeline didn't add up, and their story was just beginning to unravel. For days, search crews scoured the beach and surrounding waters. Drones, helicopters, dogs, all looking for any trace of Enrique. Then on May 29th, one full week later, a chilling discovery was made. A severed human head washed ashore on a nearby island, about 10 miles from the campsite. Dental records confirmed the worst. It belonged to Enrique Roman-Martinez. But that was all that was found. No body, no clothing, no belongings. The autopsy offered little comfort. It revealed signs of blunt force trauma. Enrique had been hit in the face and jaw with massive force, and then decapitated. The official cause of death was listed as homicide by undetermined means. From the beginning, the investigation was plagued by delays, contradictions, and silence. The soldiers Enrique had gone camping with, his friends, offered conflicting accounts. Some said he wandered off in the middle of the night. Others claimed he had been acting paranoid. One even suggested Enrique might have harmed himself, a claim flatly denied by his family and contradicted by his actions and demeanor before the trip. More troubling, during the day of the disappearance, the group reportedly encountered park rangers, but said nothing about a missing soldier. It wasn't until a full day later that the group made the call to report him missing. Years later, 3 members of the group would be court-martialed, not for Enrique's death, but for drug use, making false statements and other violations. But no one, to this day, has been charged with his murder. Enrique's family never stopped fighting. His sister, Griselda Martinez, became the face of their campaign for justice. she spoke at press conferences. She met with lawmakers. She demanded the Army be held accountable for what she called a cover-up. She described Enrique as the sweetest soul you'd ever meet, someone who was gentle, not confrontational, and trusted the wrong people. The Army, she said, failed him. First by not protecting him, then by failing to find the truth. In 2003, the family announced their intention to file a lawsuit against the U.S. Army for their mishandling of the investigation. They believe more could have been done earlier and with greater urgency to identify suspects and preserve critical evidence. As of today, Enrique's death remains an unsolved homicide. The Army's Criminal Investigation Division continues to treat the case as open. A reward of up to $50,000 remains available for credible information that leads to the arrest and conviction of those responsible. His name joins a long and tragic list of service members who died under mysterious circumstances, only to have their stories buried beneath bureaucracy. But his family isn't giving up, and neither should we. What happened on that remote beach in North Carolina? Was it a night that turned violent? Was there a cover-up among comrades? Or was Enrique Roman-Martinez targeted and silenced? The answers remain locked away, in secrets, in silence, and perhaps in guilt. But one thing is clear: Enrique deserves better. This is Into the Unknown, Unsolved Mysteries and True Crime.